Welcome to Movie Talk Monday. I am your host, Seez Monroe, and today we'll be discussing Transformers 1, Power Book 2, AMC and what they got going on with the pricing, as well as Fight Night, the $1 Million Heist, right here on Movie Talk Monday. So beginning with Transformers 1, we kind of discussed this last week where I kind of told you guys that this was an amazing film. I gave it a 9 out of 10. But this week, I'm kind of worried about this film because the film only did about $25 million at box office and the budget was about $120. And if you know box office, it pretty much only goes down from here unless some miracle happens and people find out that this is a great movie and just go off to the box office to go check it out. That's wishful thinking. That's not going to happen. But again, who am I? So this movie is pretty much the origin story of Cybertron, how Primus created Cybertron out of himself after he created the 13 Primes. With that, I just felt like that storyline was rushed in there because it wasn't supposed to be about that. It was supposed to be about the fight for Cybertron and pretty much the battle between Optimus Prime and Megatron, how they became enemies. That wasn't fleshed out too well in the film. I felt like it was really put towards the end of the film and it was rushed through. Again, the film is only about an hour, 40 minutes. So of course you're not going to get into that much detail. And I don't feel like it was needed, but I just felt like the Megatron, it just went from cold to hot really fast. Like, he started to act like he never had a father in his life, so he just got angry at everything. And it didn't make sense, but it was an animated movie, so I didn't take too much of it. I still think it was a solid film. It was comedy all the way through. There was action all the way through. Lawrence Fishburne had a voice appearance in the film, and I thought that was dope. Yeah, like just overall, this movie is phenomenal. You guys should definitely go check it out. It doesn't really break down a lot for you if you know the lore of Transformers. I don't know the lore of Transformers. Besides Primus turning himself into Cybertron, there's nothing really there that's breaking down the origin of where the whole Transformers lore comes from. So that's that. Other than that, I just felt like the movie was solid. They could make a prequel, like I said, because it wasn't explaining a lot about Primus and the 13 original Primes. They can do a sequel where it kind of goes more in depth with Megatron and Optimus and how they become the Autobots and the Decepticons. They kind of had an ending for Megatron where it showed where they became the Decepticons, and I felt like that ending after the credits was forced, but that's neither here nor there. You guys should definitely still go check it out. It was a phenomenal film. Let me know your thoughts down below. Tell me what you think of the film. I honestly can't wait to add it to my collection as far as my 4K films. So hopefully Best Buy comes out with some steelbooks or something because I haven't had a steelbook in a while, and it'd be lovely to have one. And actually, that just reminded me I'm still waiting on my Bad Boys 4. My Bad Boys, it's not Bad Boys for Life. I have that one. Bad Boys Ride or Die. I'm still waiting on my 4K disc for that. And I pre-ordered that. So I should be getting that soon. And I'll probably show you guys when I get it just to brag about it a little bit. All right. So let's get into the next topic. We're going to be talking about Power Book 2. If you guys aren't familiar with this, Power is a Starz original series. It's executive produced by 50 Cent, Courtney Kemp. It's been going on for about a decade now, and these are spinoffs, and Power Book 2 is one of the spinoffs. Just overall with the spinoffs, I just feel like that the budget is not there. Like, not only is everybody needing to get paid more because it's been a decade-long series, but I just feel like the budget isn't there because you start to see that things are seeming just a little bit cheaper. Like, the surroundings aren't the best. Especially when it comes to Force, which is like Power Book 3, and it's shot here in Chicago. I just feel like the type of money that they put in Power and Power Book 2, they're definitely not putting it in Power Book 3. So they need to work on that a little bit. Raising Kanan, I feel like the budget is there because it's an 80s feel that you're supposed to be getting, 80s, 90s feel. And they're pretty much spending their money on creating those environments. So they're not able to get too much going on as far as actors, actresses, surroundings, they're not able to go above and beyond what they need to do to make these things work a lot better. So Power Book 2 is just suffering right now from writers. You could just tell. And since it came back from its little hiatus back in September, there's been a lot of scenes with dialogue and you can barely hear the dialogue because the music is above it or over it. And I know that that's like a big thing. How did that pass through the editing? How did we get it? You know what I'm saying? After you had, not only did you have a break, you had a mid-season hiatus to fix these issues, and you guys didn't go back and decide to fix them. Like, that was a little weird. But I just feel like they know that they're canceling these things, and it's pretty much the end for these shows. So I think they're just giving up at this point. And if that's the case, just when you're going to end something, just end on a high note. Like, you know you're leaving a job, put in your 2 weeks. Don't just slack off. Like, it just looks bad for everyone. And it makes people not want to invest time and energy in watching these series. And you guys wonder why people bootleg everything. Not me. I have my Starz subscription. Speaking of subscription, let's get into the Peacock series, Fight Night, The $1 Million Heist. Now this, I don't want to say it's a docuseries, but it is loosely based off of true events. It's starring Kevin Hart, Terrence Howard, Samuel L. Jackson. You got some heavy hitters in there, man. Like, overall, I'm on episode 5. To me, I just feel like it's a solid series. I would rather it have been a film. Again, with these series, half of the time, it's like you have things in there that you could throw away. It's not really necessary, not really needed. I don't feel that way with this. Like, they're doing a good job so far. And again, like I said, I'm on episode 5. It doesn't feel like it's dragging or anything like Agatha All Along. Like, we're going to get into that as well. But it's entertaining. It's flowing. It's not a bad series. And I haven't had one of these in a while. Like, Universal know what they're doing. Comcast knows what they're doing. Peacock knows what they're doing. Like, they're doing a phenomenal job with this series. Hopefully they start doing stuff more in this realm in the future. I'm not saying like the 70s or going back into that, but like just the quality, just where this docuseries. Why do I keep wanting to call it a docuseries? Maybe because I just watched the Aaron Hernandez docuseries. I'll talk about that when I get more episodes in, but overall, I just feel like this is a solid series. It's taking place the fight night that Ali was in Atlanta for a fight or in Georgia for the fight. And pretty much it covers a heist that happens the night of the fight. So you guys should definitely check it out on Peacock. Like I said, I'm on episode 5. It's good. So we got about 3 more episodes to go. I'll let you guys know how it is once I end it. That is one of the series that I actually can get behind. I was shocked, not going to lie to you. Speaking of series, though, I did want to speak on Agatha All Along. With Disney Plus shows at this point, like, I love Disney, I love Marvel. At this point in time, I feel like we should just stop with the series. I haven't seen anything this bad since WandaVision. And you know, I don't try to get into like the racial thing too much, but like the fact that we sit here and we downplay shows like Falcon and the Winter Soldier, and then we really kind of shitted on Secret Invasion. And I felt like those shows were a lot better than the shows that they're praising, the WandaVisions, the Agathas. Like, She-Hulk wasn't that, it was bad, but I still felt that was more entertaining than a WandaVision or Agatha so far. Ms. Marvel was more entertaining than the Agatha and WandaVision. Loki, it was literally a show that led to nothing, and we're giving it all this praise. We just need to stop. Just go back to the drawing board. Go back to the 2 to 3 films. Maybe even if you want to release things in between, go back to 4 films a year with Marvel. That way you have a film in each quarter. You don't need to rush to a Disney series. Just leave the series alone because obviously it's not working. Again, I'm only 2 episodes in. Maybe it ends incredible, but don't waste my time with this stuff, man. It's just bad. Just leave it alone. All right? Let's get into our last topic of the day, and we're going to be discussing AMC and their pricing. Right now, what AMC is trying to do is pretty much just do some more price hikes. Again, everybody's just trying to eye gouge people for money right now because we're just in a bad place as an economy. And I just don't think that's the best move. Reason being is everybody is just now getting into the mode of going back to the movie theaters. And right now isn't the time to just say, hey, now we're about to charge you more to be here. Because you're taking away the feeling of you want us here pretty much. The reason being, I want to say that you're alienating the people who rarely come or just can't afford to come maybe once a quarter versus the people that want to come every other weekend. You're alienating them because now the prices are higher. And then you're really alienating the people that weren't coming because the prices were too high for them in the first place. So now you're just putting yourself in a place where, okay, we can't get more people to come, so we're just going to charge the people that's coming more to be here. And it doesn't make sense. Right now is a time of rebuilding, just like an NBA team. I was going to say the Bulls, but we've been in a bad situation for like years. So it's just, we're rebuilding everything. We're rebuilding box office. We're rebuilding the way customers appreciate cinema. Streaming is still pigeonholed to home and people paying a subscription. And people are really getting tired of that aspect of the business as well. You can see it. That's why these streaming numbers are going down and these subscription prices are going up. You see it in the making, guys. So AMC with this price hike in the middle of we're just about to start winning these customers back over, maybe isn't the best idea. And what worries me is because AMC is the leader in cinema, I just feel like other companies will soon follow. And now just not the time. 2024 is just not the time. Let's wait till we get some more box office in there, right? Like, let's go to 2025, 2026 even. Like, let's get a good footing under us before we start eye gouging these people for the ticket prices. That's my thoughts on it. I hope you guys understand where I'm coming from. If you don't, hey, leave it in the comments. That's what it's there for. We'll have a conversation about it. But that's it for Movie Talk Mondays. I appreciate you guys for tuning in. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell. Again, leave your comments down below on each topic. How did you feel about them? Am I tripping? Let's have these conversations. Y'all know I hit back in those comments, all right? I appreciate y'all for tuning in. I'll see you guys Thursday for the Seez Monroe Show. Peace.